It's New Year's, let's make some forecasts. Welcome back to the Under Report, where I foolishly try to predict the future using the principles of geopolitics. Let's go region by region, starting with my own backyard, the United States. We'll see more inflation and a weakening of the dollar, and so the American economy will be telling two different stories to two different segments of the population. The stock market and the people who hold stock, which is a very small percentage of the population, will be elated because the cheap lending will artificially boost prices of stocks. At least until the AI bubble either deflates or bursts entirely. After all, the Magnificent 10 are being largely kept afloat by a bet that the application of artificial intelligence will raise their bottom lines, though that hasn't really proven out just yet. And I don't think it will. Meanwhile, the cost of inflation and tariffs is going to compound for those of us who take paychecks instead of cashing in dividends to make our yearly money. This will be a referendum on the current administration's treatment of economic policy, and of course the left will think that they have it in the bag for midterms and then probably find some way to mess it up in key states. The key thing to remember here is that a bad economy can be spun both ways. In fact, it's not uncommon that inflation goes hand in hand with hyper-nationalism, which we will start to see more and more of. The reason being that administrations usually say, well, the reason the economy is not doing well is because we don't have enough power, so hand us some more power and we'll be sure to fix that right up for you. I believe that the price of the dollar is going to continue a downward trend, which ideally would stimulate foreign direct investment, but because we have failed to disclose critical economic numbers, that makes us a very risky bet for anybody who wants to come and do business in the United States. Is any of this catastrophic? No. Is it annoying? Yes. The United States is still a robust federated system that doesn't import a whole heck of a lot, globally speaking. So we are insulated from some of the larger shocks that happen in a globalized world. Ooh, I also predict probably the easiest prediction ever, that we will continue to play fast and loose with the disclosure of key economic indicators, because it's just so much easier to say everything is going well rather than to demonstrate things are going well. Also, I think that nobody will have any sort of blowback from the Epstein documents. They've effectively proven that rich and powerful people get together to do notorious deeds together, and then shockingly they cover for one another, and then there are very few consequences. None of this should be surprising to any of us. Alright, so that's my official under report forecast for the United States. Stay tuned for part 2.